Everybody, and good morning to meteorologist Travis Kleneski here. It's a Monday morning. It's shortly after 7 o'clock. We have actually most of the rain that we're still seeing left over is actually right in here this morning. Highway 81 and eastward, so the Futurecast already off to a wonderful start today. A cold front, though, that is the story of the day. There is a cold front that is now through the Tri-Cities. It's basically from around Phillipsburg, Kansas to York to just north between Fremont and Sioux City. Tacoma, if you know where Tacoma is here, is kind of in that line, general line right here. So it has moved through the Tri-Cities. Very warm, humid air out ahead of the front. The air gets cooler and drier the farther northwest you go. You've got breezy northerly and northeasterly winds behind the front, somewhat breezy southerly winds out ahead of it. That front is going to be very slowly advancing southeastward as the day goes on. And by later this afternoon, numerous showers and thunderstorms will fire up along the front, which could be initially maybe some supercell in nature, but becomes more of a line of thunderstorms. So there's a low end chance of some big hail, possibly an isolated tornado. Damaging wind gusts, probably the biggest threat. But the other thing to watch for, because of the slow movement of these storms, especially early on, locally, and there could be training. Notice how the line of storms all kind of train over each other, moving northeasterly. Heavy rainfall, possibly some localized flooding. We could be talking 2, 3, 4 inches of rain in a very short amount of time in some places. Most of the rest of us won't see anything this afternoon. This evening, post-frontal, so behind the front, showers and thunderstorms farther to the north and west, but they will be mostly non-severe. The chance is better after midnight, some of which will continue into tomorrow morning here. So most of us now behind the front, but the front will begin to lift back north as a warm front on Tuesday. That could be the focal point for the new showers and thunderstorms that develop Tuesday afternoon. Tuesday night, numerous showers and thunderstorms out west will roll east across our area. Widespread rainfall for a lot of us. There could be some focal points for heavier rainfall. Still some ongoing severe weather not out of the question Tuesday night and Wednesday morning. Wednesday, we could do it all over again with another chance of rain and thunderstorms, especially later in the day into Wednesday night. Once again, severe weather possible. Once again, heavy rainfall possible. But we will trend drier and warmer later on in the week. All right, severe weather-wise, you know what? Before we even get to that graphic there, let's show you the actual risks from the Storm Prediction Center. A slight risk of severe weather over southeastern areas. This is probably the main area for severe weather possibilities here this afternoon and early this evening. Again, the main threats. Low end hail threat, can't rule something out though. I think damaging wind gusts are probably your biggest threat overall, over 60 miles per hour, and maybe an isolated tornado, although it's not a very good threat. There's not a ton of shear in the atmosphere. Cannot rule something out though. Tomorrow, best chance is going to be out west where those bigger storms fire up towards the end of the day. A slight risk of severe weather out there. Most of us, a marginal risk. There are a lot of ingredients there for a big time severe weather day, but the thing is there's also a lot of things that are missing that would prevent us from having a big severe weather day. So we're going to have warmth, we're going to have humidity, but we're missing some things such as upper level winds. So there's the possibility we could see some decent severe weather around the area, but there's also a chance we may not see a lot of severe weather. The other thing I will mention, though, that locally heavy rainfall. Another day with a marginal risk of severe storms Wednesday into Wednesday night. Severe weather not out of the question. Much cooler today. You can tell where the cold front is going to be. Warm 80s, humid out ahead of the front. The air gets drier and drier the farther northwest you go, and you've got beautiful 70s out there for today. So enjoy the cool down. North Platte, Nebraska land days continues after a hot weekend out there. It's going to be much cooler today. Temperatures topping out low to mid 70s in the North Platte area. I think you'll probably stay dry most of the time. There is a slight chance of a thunderstorm this evening, but more than likely, most of the activity will hold off until later tonight. A little breezy, but otherwise beautiful temperatures. Hey, you may need a jacket this evening, especially if you don't like colder air. Might want a jacket if you're heading out there this evening. Tonight, lows will fall back into the 60s tomorrow morning, maybe some 50s out to the west and to the northwest. Tomorrow, we've got a warm front lifting northward. You've got warmer 80s in the south. North of that boundary, cooler 70s. Tomorrow night, mostly 60s for lows, maybe some low 70s out there in the southeast part of the state. And then jumping ahead to Wednesday, now we start to bump temperatures back up a little bit, upper 70s to lower 90s. So the heat's starting to build in, especially to the southwest. There's a warm front lifting north. Coolest weather will be over northwest Nebraska. Wednesday night into Thursday morning, again 60s and lower 70s. Thursday, pretty warm for most of us now, even those northwestern areas. We're talking mid to upper 80s, lower 90s on Thursday. The heat gets a little hotter Friday and Saturday. In fact, those are two of our hottest days ahead. Let's take a look at the long-range forecast. Again, very active, numerous chances of rain, thunderstorms, some severe weather, heavy rainfall not out of the question. And then we dry things out at the end of the week, where our warmest temperatures will come Friday and Saturday. Then another chance of rain and thunderstorms Saturday night into Sunday as another cold front comes through right in this time frame here. Looking at long range, temperatures will kind of settle back down to more average conditions for the end of June into early July as we get further into next week here. So we are going to enjoy a little bit of a cool down for a while next week. Looking at North Platte, Nebraska Land Days continues all the way through this upcoming weekend basically. And we will continue to see some, again, probably not much today or even this evening, but after midnight a chance of rain and thunderstorms. Still a chance during the day, but then the chances get really good Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. Slight chance on Wednesday, but then a good chance Wednesday evening, Wednesday night. Wrapping up early Thursday morning. We are going to start to heat things up just a little bit Thursday and especially Friday and Saturday. Not as hot as it was recently, but still above average temperatures returning. And then as a cold front comes through here Saturday night to Sunday, temperatures cool off, and that should say 20, by the way. That's 20 there for North Platte. We'll see a chance of rain and thunderstorms return to the forecast Saturday night and into Sunday. Long range, again, we do cool down, more seasonable temperatures next week, maybe warming up a little bit towards the middle of next week. Here right now, the Climate Prediction Center, as we look towards next week, has us in the above average category, barely. So we're probably going to be well into the 80s, potentially 90s returning at the end of next week. But they do keep us in the above average category for precipitation, which does mean we could be keeping into a threat of some showers, storms, and severe weather. And in fact, when I look at this map right here, I also see it looks like monsoon season kicking in here. What the monsoon means is the winds, instead of desert winds coming in from the east, winds are now coming in from the south and west here. And so that means Pacific moisture bringing chances of rain into the desert southwest. That usually means flash flooding, lots of lightning, but again, we may also get in on some of that activity as well down the road. All right, with that, I want to thank you all for watching on this Monday morning. I will be back with you on Tuesday with all the latest. Take care and God bless. Bye.